Well, good afternoon. Actually, no, it's good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome along to midweek, midday shenanigans and tomfoolery. Hope everybody's well. Hope you're all enjoying your day. It's a bank holiday here in Little Northern Ireland, so that's why I'm here at this time. And we are going to play the most wonderful game in history, which is what is behind each of these keep doors. I need to remember to activate my kiss because I always forget. Uh, let's get our stuff set up for doing more of this cultivating. It's working out quite well having multiple characters doing cultivating because my wee marauder is just getting flooded with mats every time I play. The only time he doesn't is when I play him. That's because he's my butcher, so I kind of need to have that, but yeah. What can you do? Oh, there's some Destro. Is there somebody up here? Or are they just going to cap the BO? Cap the BO it is. I'll join some scenarios, see if there's any popping at this time of the day. It's actually on for a bit last night because I was doing some I was doing some stuff on my chopper uh, PQs and scenarios and like just to get us leveling going. Um, it was all going quite swimmingly, and then I had the great idea that I was going to take the witch elf and I was going to get her um, like appearance items to change the appearance of her gear because like her gear hasn't changed in appearance for what feels like months at this stage, really. Um, so I started doing that, and as I started unlocking the bits, I was like, "Yeah, I don't really like the look of that. I'll keep what I've got at the minute." Bombling in his pocket healer. Got her. Per bombling. What do we get for that? 1300, not too bad. Doesn't look to be anybody out front. Let's have a look further in. don't think we're going to get any sort of movement on zones or anything at this time. The population seems quite low. We have at least a Rooney in here. Yeah, there's a Rooney in there. Mr. Tatty. Tatty Potato. Can't quite tell where he's... I think he's on the ground floor. I think he's somewhere up top. We think. Actually, not yet. We'll wait for cooldown of our picklock. Oh, he is down the ground floor. Interesting. So tanky with priests. Why is it I always manage to run into more? 3.7 for him. Again, doesn't matter what the population is. Never go AFK in keeps. You are not safe. Or somebody was complaining about it the other day, because I think it was Tosh was saying, it was like, oh, you shouldn't go AFK in keeps because it doesn't make any sense, like, no matter what you've got, just, like, go somewhere safe. And people were saying, oh, you can't, if you've got kids, you have to act in there. It's like, uh-huh. But if you're getting up to go and deal with them, you just, like, press one of these buttons as you get up. All of a sudden, your problems are solved. Never quite tell whether that AP kiss works on NPCs or not. Oh, Bomblin has made her back. And they're away again. And the Rune Priest is respawned. Or logged out, potentially. I always feel like Puncture should do more than it does. for what you put into it. Like, it just doesn't really seem to do anything. And like, it's not a low level one either. It's like 36. It's my second highest. Because Ruthless Assault's only 37. I think it's just because it's an instant hit thing. None of them seem to be hugely amazing. These guys won't stay dead forever, but it's just in case there's somebody other than Bombline and his healbot are running here. I don't know if they will be or they won't be. I think they could be some of the only order in the zone, to be fair. Nobody else in here. We're losing our AAO. Might be time to go to Chaos Wastes. I'll give it another rotation of stealth, and then if there's no one comes, I'll go to Chaos Wastes and see what we can do there. About 4 minutes. Nobody back in there. Off we go, I think. Oh, man. There we go. There's not anybody coming. And anybody who does come, I'm just going to be losing out on renown by it being AAO against us. keeping an eye as well, just on all the LFG stuff coming through in case there's a Bastion stair groups ready to go, because I would prefer to get our invader ward that way. Because the one thing that the Blackguards taught me is Sovereign comes around much quicker than you think it will. So ideally, I'd rather keep our current gear rather than buying Triumphant, but if needs must. So we've got order over here on our right, because that's just been capped. The Jastra guys were given a wide berth. The reason I ran up the hill there was I didn't want to get knocked back. He's got his parry shield up. Freedom. Oh, he's got better potions than I do. Ah. He's also got better gear than I do. Let's see. So, his version of Agonizing Wound was hitting me for, what's that, about 200 damage more than mine was. His blessed bullets were hitting me for 400. What was my... My kiss didn't seem to be hitting him. Or at least it wasn't hitting them very much. And when it was hitting them, it was only hitting them for about, what's that? A third of the damage? Interesting. That's the power of being renown rank 80 something with Sovereign, I suppose. On all your best in slot gear. All your best in slot potions. Something to aspire to be, I would suggest. It's interesting that all of this has gone decapped. See, I would jump in here, but Destro's not pushing. They're just toying. And all that would happen is I'd jump the Archmage of the Rune Priest, and then all of Order would turn around, whack me, and everybody else would run away. This is probably a mistake, but sure. Mistakes are made to be made. That makes sense, right? Okay, it wasn't a mistake, it was 5k renown. And a free helmet. Ooh, that's us nearly to 50%. It's not bad work. And he must have been there because he's respawned quite quickly. Yeah, he's back inside now. This is the thing I don't get. It's like, he's clearly there, but like... Freedom! Haha! No, the only thing going against me here is my health and my AP. They don't know that, of course. What's this thing? Ironbreaker. Probably should have waited for my Elixir of Insane Power at the very start, but I got greedy. Because I would have had him if I'd had it on my initial hits on him, because it took him down quite low. But at least I got away and survived from them all. Not easy to get away from two Archmages, Witch Hunter and a Swordmaster, but we managed it. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to this guy in time before he runs away. No. But this would suggest that they're coming in dribs and drabs to this BO, so maybe mini hunting ground. Or not, as the case may be. I did a scenario on this character last night, and there was a There was a mythic item dropped. And I'm trying for the... It was like... Doom Forged Amulet or something like that? Doom something, I think was the name of it. I'd never seen anything like that drop before. I was really hoping I was going to win it to see what it was. Because it looked like a jewelry item. But, like, I've never seen anything remotely similar. Ah, Bomblings come here. Runaway time. Aw. I was kind of hoping Destro was going to push in there because if there'd been any sort of move forward by them, those other Archmages would have scattered. Nothing at all happening on the scenario front. Try the premium ones. Who's over here, I wonder? Oh, it's Destro. No point in stealthing up to Destro. Ziln. It's nice that he thinks I'm gonna fight him. He's just gonna stand there and jump for hours now. I should have probably went for that engineer. I was convinced there was somebody up above me. The other problem now is my lineament's running out. Of witch hunters. With the blazing sun. Some lubies. Right, refresh the old lineament. Oh, there's a ram. Interesting. Interesting. Now, I'm quite a cynical character, so I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say, just because there is a ram, doesn't mean everybody is going to flock. But maybe they are at this time. I'm not seeing any AFKers. Ding dong. Housekeeping. How to do? No. All being very diligent, all going and joining the war effort. That's what you like to see. All this AFK malarkey. At this point, like, I'll just wander around here and there'll be like a whole bunch of people standing AFK just to prove me wrong. Ah yes, we were all standing at this postern door. It's the new hip place to be when AFK. The nerdlings will protect you. Might get a fort siege out of this, you know. Look at that. Oh, 400%. I like 400%. Up, up, and away. 400%? That's ludicrous. Teach me how to witch elf a great one. You stab them with the the pointy end of the dagger, and um, your main victims will generally be AFK. And just remember, it's all on the wrists. Ah, somebody else had my idea. Well, it's only 100% AAU. I want my oodles of AAU, please. Please and thank you. It's stealth at this point, but then I can't get into the bar thing. Tavern, brewery. No, it's only 20%. What's going on? Has everybody just left? It's all very disappointing. Right. Back to Chaos Wastes it is. So disappointing. I could have 400% AAO. Ah, that's it. Was trying with the blood. That was my problem. I just kept hitting them with the handle. I was like, why am I cutting myself? You have a day off, or yeah, today's a public holiday in Northern Ireland. 12th of July celebrations, marking the Battle of the Boyne. Probably one of the most divisive times of the year. Where's my RV gone? Ooh. Yes. I'm liking the idea of a keep and fort push by order. Keep it going, guys. Do all that you can. Flood as many people into this zone as possible. I need the AAO. Uh, there's still orders south, because that BO just got taken. So they're not all north. Now, I wonder, is it just one or two? Or is it going to be the classic 6-man 2-2-2 gank party? No, it's a Swordmaster, apparently. Per Swordmaster. Sadly, I have a bit more work soon, so let's get a fast word, please. This kind of reminds me of what Carrick Norn used to be like during the day. Back sort of mid to late game cycle. Very few people like this, but you generally had the 3 zones open, so there was always one zone that was empty. And I used to just go to it and push it on my own with my blackguard. Because a defensive blackguard could take a BO and come on. Defensive blackguard could take a BO and then take a keep, because back in the day you could have rams with you wherever you wanted, and all you would do is you would take it to the keep and spawn it there. And it didn't matter that you didn't have 4 people, because you were still doing decent damage to the door. And then once you got inside, you could just basically stand and take out all the guards around the Lord and then just tank down the Lord because he didn't do enough damage to trouble you. And if you had any order come, they were generally all quite low level and quite puggish, and they wouldn't have the damage to get through your defenses. And you just kill them because they would just charge in and stand on top of you in AoE. So it was like really easy to level his gear and renown, because you just do that in an empty zone and then do scenarios. It was great fun. Every now and again you get like a wee mini group form around you. Just whoever happened to be online that particular day. Just in the guild. Usually just say to people, go and grab one of your alts and do it, because, like... No escape for you. 500. Oh, we've got equal numbers here now. Oh, did they get repelled from the keep? The ram seems to have disappeared. Let's go and see. Maybe that's why there was the warband came running down to attack me at that BO. No, the ram's still there. How weird. I wanted to try out an idea I had when it comes to Slayers, which is to do that. It was kind of working until he showed up. My idea pretty much is come out of stealth, put whatever it's called on them, enfeebling strike or touch of palsy, or I don't know, the thing that hurts them whenever they move. Then whack them up with envenom blade and racking pains and run away. And then do your ruthless assault from range, and then when they get down to about half, dive in, knock them down, stab, 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 stab. Because then their rage should be high enough that you'd be just going through the majority of all of their armor. Come on. Oh god, he hits like a truck. Oh, it's because I'm getting burned by a Bright Wizard as well. Damnation. Ram is on inner. Yeah. Just it was weird on my State of the Realm, it wasn't actually showing it at the time. Tell you what, White Lions seem to have like this just massive spike in their damage. And it's not like it's like not an opening spike damage. It's kind of like there's a little period where they're just hitting you for like a normal amount, and then it just spikes into high heaven, and then it just dies down again. To be fair, I probably should have disengaged him once I seen the Bright Wizard dots gone on to me, but there's always that little voice in the back of my head that says, "You can do it!" I always listen to it, and I shouldn't. She'd be like, "No, Steve, you can't do it." Steve is the name of the voice in my head. Also, Steve is always the answer for if anybody's asking like a really generic question about is somebody here, is somebody coming, etc., etc. You just say Steve. And I got it from, there's a film called Inside Man, and they're robbing a bank and they don't want anybody to know their identities, so they literally all just call themselves variations of Steve. And I don't know for why, but I always find it hilarious. We've got incoming. Swordmaster, I think. No, it's a Shadow Warrior. Should let him get closer. Oh, I was kind of hoping he was going to loiter for a bit. Just gonna pop this in case. Got one. Wait, I should join up. We're bound. Boy, am I glad I went and bought those potions before I came out today. Where was that Rooney? Like, there's still a load of them out the back, guys. I don't think I'd be pushing out the front. Well, they've all ran for the hills. Those damn two-handed auto attacks they have. Yeah. No fort means I have to go back to work down to. I was just about to say, Thester's gonna be cheered, except for Rav. I think I got kicked out of the warband. Or didn't join it. I thought I did join it, but I wasn't really paying any attention. It wasn't full, so must have been an auto-banned kick thing. Oh well. I know I always say it, but I love the design of this keep. Or the Chaos keeps in general. I think they just look perfect. It's very weird to me that a Tzeentch war host would have other Chaos Gods representatives guarding its keep for it, but outside of that, it's pretty much perfect.
Plunder mortal soul. Use it well.
Tzeentch wouldn't. It's one thing I just always find really weird with it. Like, it doesn't... Like, I get why they did it. It's a little bit of variety and... Oh, look. But, yeah. It would have made sense if it was a Chaos Undivided one. That's all I'm trying to get at. Which is still where I maintain they were planning on going with this game originally. There's too many art pieces around specific classes that make it look as if that's the way it was going. And the whole 3-tree mastery system that they brought in kind of lays to it, but that came quite late after they'd already the game built at that stage when they brought into the mastery trees. They weren't there originally. You got all your variation through tactics at that stage. Zibber. Come this way, Magus. I thought his name was Zibber. Why is it changed to Vivax? Maybe there's two of them. There is two of them, because there's Zibber. Where did Zibber go? There's three of the buggers. Stand up, little witch elf. Stand up. Freedom! It would have been great to see Marauders and Chosen pick their mark of Chaos and pledge to one god, change their appearance. To be honest, for the Marauder, it would kind of make sense for the mutations, because you could have had, you know, you could have had a Nurgle one for monstrosity, you could have had Khorne, say, for brutality, and then Tzeentch for savagery. Chosen something similar, you know, your tank spec could have been Nurgle, your DPS spec could have been Khorne, your anti-magic could have been Tzeentch. All those kinds of things. Like, it would have added a nice layer of flavor, but for whatever reason they just didn't want to do it. I chased you yesterday the entire day to get a fight, but you kept running so fast. Where? I got jumped by a witch hunter and a white lion in Prague when I was making my way south to the keep. I'm trying to think of any other time I've seen witch hunters. There was like a group of them attacked me when I was jumping people trying to get to the keep to attack it. Ah, hey, Rav. Very nice, very nice. How you finding the witch elf, bud? Prague. If you're chasing me before, like, I'm assuming it was you killed me with the white lion. If you're chasing me before that, I didn't know you were there, dude. I'd only come to Prague to farm BOs and jump people trying to get to the keep. Because I'd been off doing PQs because I was way, like, I'd gone and it was, where is it, this thing? Yeah, this. So I'd been working my way to get this, and I thought, this is going to be a nice change because it's going to be effectively what the invader stuff is. And then I looked at it and I was like, it doesn't quite work with the rest of the stuff, so I'm going to need to farm the rest of it. And I see trying to find the pieces that match the invader look. It's like, I would be all over the place doing like PQs for days, and I was like, I just can't be bothered. I've got a sore head. I don't want to do it. It is the War 2.0, please. That's the sad thing. I don't think we're ever getting a War 2.0, unfortunately. Like, I would have loved it because they were doing it at the time. It was before SWTOR launched. They were building like a microtransaction store for this game to keep it going so that you didn't need a subscription fee. Kind of similar to what they did for SWTOR. And um, if they'd had that and Games Workshop had let them keep the license to keep doing it, I think this game would probably still be going. Um, and then you'd have the potential for something like that. But I don't think Games Workshop is ever going to let it happen, unfortunately. Not in the way that we want it to. I think if there's going to be anything, it's going to be like a PvE pay to win thing set in the Age of Sigmar, most likely. I noticed, saw you at a BO when I got there, you were gone. Yeah, I was just going in, I was grabbing boxes or taking it over to full and then running off to the next one. Generally, I was running between Kurlov's and Martyr's Square, and then when the keep was going, I was roaming down around the graveyard because you were getting dribs and drabs of people who were coming. There's like a road that runs round past graveyard. Um, Dribs and drabs of people coming down there, and eventually I think everybody got tired of me killing people because the entire warband came and just ran me over. Um, I honestly, I can't see it. To be honest with you, Rav, I think even if Old World does super well and gets itself ahead of even Horus Heresy, I don't think we'll see. Um, I don't think we'll see anything like this game. I think the one potential that we might have for some sort of PvE or PvP game is Horus Heresy. Maybe 40k. I don't think we'll see anything fantasy at all from them ever again, unfortunately. Because, like, realistically speaking, More Time would be the perfect thing for them to do. And I know there's a More Time PC game already, but, like, I mean, in terms of heroes getting together into guilds and fighting, you could do it quite thematically with that. But the only other option would be to go Age of Sigmar and go for something like, oh god, what's it called? Warcry, I think. But again, if you get anything like based around that, it's just going to be like a mobile game or card game or something they can basically just make pay to win and milk it because that's all they're interested in. There is, but it's a Age of Sigmar one, nearly convinced, and it's gonna be PVE. I'm gonna guess. I wanted a nice 1v1, but you were nowhere to be found. That's because I'm like a ghost, dude. You'll never find me. I'd have liked a nice 1v1 too, because everybody I was coming across was running in 2s or 3s. It was very rare I was finding anybody solo, unfortunately. This is going to go well for us with no healers. That tick was my cue to go back to work, so I see you guys this afternoon. No worries, Rob. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully the rest of your day goes well, bud. Now, are they going to come here, is the question, or are they going to push out front to farm? Farming, I'm guessing. And judging by where these guys are going, farming is the correct answer. Somebody else's is my idea. Sort by the looks of things. Sort got run off by a Knight of the Blazing Sun by the looks of it. Two-handed Knight of the Blazing Sun. It's squishy enough at this stage. And he's getting heals, because of course he is. Fortunately, I'm stuck in stealth for another 10 seconds. Not like these overpowered witch hunters that can just get themselves out of it by firing off some flame. That's the one thing I hope gets fixed. If they do reset things to live or close to it, with their ability system rework, I kind of hope it fixes the whole getting in and out of stealth. Because it's really annoying that you can't get yourself out of stealth. Slurp, slurp, slurp. Gonna go and help this Magus. And of course he's got a healer, because when do they not? What PQ around level 33 is fat for Ruin Farm? Like, I always find that funny that people farm for Ruin gear to get it out of the actual bag rather than pay for it with the war tokens, because if you don't want to level your character up experience-wise, you can just go to a lower tier and farm the ones there and get the tokens from those. Like, all it takes is time. But if you're going to do it in tier 4, personally I find one of the best ones to do it at is the Beastman PQ just down below, I think it's Chaos Chapter 15 and Chaos Wisps. It's fairly straightforward PQ to do, and you can generally do it quite quickly, and you can generally do it solo in a lot of classes, so... What on earth are we fighting up here for? A higher order losing. Have we got healers from somewhere? We have got a healer from somewhere. Always amazes me just how quickly things change once you get a healer. Um... 120% AO on the Badlands now. Let's see. It's quite like Blackfire Pass. I hate Badlands. Badlands is like all the bad parts of Dwarf and Greenskin Tier 4. Whereas at least this feels a little bit more like an Empire and Chaos Zone where it's like properly laid out. What have we got over here, I wonder? I'm not seeing anything on tab. Rune Priests. Oh, the misclick. Got him. Well. We did it. I just tuned in. I'm thinking of being a Rune Priest when I return. I mean, they're really good healers. Like, in terms of healing, um, um, in terms of healing, that like the closest thing to a pure healer that Order has. Zealot's the same for um, destruction. Um, but like the one thing I'll say with them is it's a really dependent class on other people doing things. So with like an Archmage or a Chamois, you can heal or you can DPS. So if there's no groups going on, there's no organized content, you can run around as DPS and you'll be able to do, solo killing stuff, whatever it happens to be. If you're a Disciple of Cain or Warrior Priest, same scenario, you can go DPS, you can do whatever you want. Zealot and Rune Priest don't really have it. The Rune Priest has it a little bit more than the Zealot. But you're always kind of stuck in that whole sort of um, heal mentality, and you can never really get out of it. So if there's nobody else on, or there's no scenarios popping, or there's no keep sieges, you're kind of stuck because you can't really do anything. Which is the thing I find annoying, because I love the Zealot, but I just wish I could do something solo with him, if that makes sense. And that's an issue for me. It might not be an issue for you, but it's just something to bear in mind. It's quite locked in on what it's going to do. I'm going to go and have a look in their keep. Hello, Brewery's taking a game. I'm wondering, is that just people fighting over it? Do we circle around the outside and see? No. There used to be a wonderful thing in... Oh, no way. He should have got through there with me hitting him. There used to be a wonderful thing when the game first came out, which was targeted AoE wouldn't hit you if um, if your character was slightly on a different z-axis like that. So you could always get around it if there was like AoE cannons firing at you. You'd find a wee rock or something, and you just do that, and it would do no damage to you unless it was landing exactly here. I don't think it ever happened with abilities, but it happened definitely with cannons. And it was the funniest thing in the world. It was fixed really, really quickly, but it was always so funny. You'd just be standing there and you just like take a slight little step. It's like, oh, I'm no longer getting hit by this barrage. Ah, Auric, thank you very much for the raid, kind sir. Hopefully you've had a good stream, bud. Welcome along, everybody. We are fooling around with the Witch Alpha game. Finished out our RVR week, killing a few folks to get our renown rank up. We're hopefully going to be 69 soon enough. And yeah, this is like the comedy version of what you've just witnessed with Auric, because Auric will be running around and you'll be going, wow, that looks so amazing. I'm going to play a Witch Elf and it's going to be just like that. You'll watch this and you'll be like, oh my god, this is like America's funniest home movies. This is like hit myself coming out of stealth or knock myself down. Oh god. Gotta get a stretch in. Oh, you're too kind. I have circus moments too. I think we all do, dude. I just do it more frequently. It's just good fun. Auric made me make a witch elf. I blame them. To be honest, when I first made a witch elf, like, I really had no idea what I was doing with it. I think it was Auric stream was one of the first witch elf streams I had seen. I was just sitting watching it. I was like, ah, right, so that's how you do it. You use daggers rather than your fists. That makes sense. I'm gonna have a peek inside the keep. See what they see. See what they see. See what I see. It still surprises me the amount of people who just go AFK and keeps. Like, I don't want them to stop doing it because it's basically putting my witch elf through college, but, like, I don't know. It's weird. I might play more Witch Hunter this week. I mean, you'll have an easier time of it. The Witch Hunter's just got so many tools. I made one myself, and I was sitting flicking through the career mastery thing, the wee builder website. I was going like, so they've got this, and they've got this, and they've got this. Like, what else do they need? And then you'd like go over to the next tree, and you're like, oh right, so okay, so they've got all of that too. Great. Dude, people AFK right outside the work. I know. Like I've found people who are just AFK in the middle of a zone. Like legit, if you imagine this is the zone, they're just standing in like a bunch of trees like this. And you go over and you think, oh, this is going to be like a really low level person. I'm going to get nothing for this. And you kill them and you get like 12k renown, and you're like, huh? Yeah, their trees synergize a lot more than Witch Elf, but Witch Elf have way better tactics. Yeah, like their trees feel really well thought out. I think I was saying this to Tosh one of the days. It's like their mastery trees feel like really razor focused into what it is that they're going to do. Whereas the Witch Elf one at times feels like, no, we're going to have a little from column A, a little from column B. Witch Elf have way better tactics. I haven't looked too deeply into the tactics that the Witch Hunter gets, but like I would assume the Witch Elf has to get something over them, so I wouldn't put it past that being the case. Because like the Witch Elf does seem to have a lot of tactics that just go around of if X, then you'll do more damage, which you can't really complain about. And sometimes column C on top of A and B. I'm tri-spec today. Honestly, I've been really tempted to try and drop a couple of points in my trees just to get my other elixir for the stealth and run away, but the thing that stops me is more often than not, um, I'm using Insane Power as my opener, and by the time its cooldown's finished, I'm going to be dead or they're going to be dead, so there's no real point in having the others. I was nearly going to jump down there, and I remembered that there's guards. It's nice utility to reposition a fight and kind of control or just step out. Yeah, well that's the thing. Like whenever I was sort of late 30s and then up to about renown rank 50ish, like it was the first thing I always went for because I kind of felt like I needed it more than any of the other elixirs because you were just too squishy at that stage. So if you couldn't kill someone quickly, you just had to run. Whereas now it feels like I can stick in a fight better. Um, so the others are more useful for like the burst or the defense. Um, but again, I'll probably change my tune on that in about a week's time, and I'll be like, "Ah, I only ever use Elixir of Shadows." Go roar, and if shit don't die in 3 seconds, just run away. That's my biggest weakness. Is I just get that sunk cost fallacy where I'm like, no, no, it'll be good. It'll be good. And then I'm sort of looking at my health and I'm at like 200 health and it's like, well, maybe it won't be good. Freedom. That warrior priest was too slow on its, whatever its ranged attack is. I can never remember. And that's too tanky a group. Have a good one, Ark. Thanks again for the raid, bud. Hopefully enjoy the rest of your day. Always good to see you. I'm gonna have to try and get away from this view. Because I don't want to go back to the work camp. Oops. I'll hide in this tree. No one will ever suspect. It's like perfect camouflage. It's one of the things I always wish that they had done with stealth, which was instead of it just being you're invisible, is like you appear as a member of their faction, and seeing through stealth is you just get like highlighted to be attackable, if that makes sense. Oh, we've already started. I'm standing here like an idiot. Lol, don't go out. How did he see me? Yeah. Jesus. We're horribly outnumbered and outgunned. Huzzah! Freedom! No, it's gonna close down the scenario. Ugh. Although I don't think it is, because I think it's now evened out. Yeah, it has. How raging are they gonna be that we actually managed to kill one of them? Like, that's embarrassing in and of itself. No, we killed somebody else. Still no fighting at our war camp, though. Our spawn point, I should say, rather than war camp. Keep expecting just to see a white lion pouncing on me from behind. Uh-oh. Run, little Magus, run. Let's go this way. Well. Give me the white line. Where's this guy getting heals from? Or is he just getting loads of guards? Loads of guards, I think. Other Witch Elf had more joy than I did. Oh dear. Let's run up and see what this BO's like. Captain Insano. When he was called Captain Chaos, we could have a whole cannonball run scenario happen. Do like that armor. That's what I'm going for my Magus when he gets to that stage. So he can do his demonology tricks. He is very much Havoc spec'd at the minute because he's got all the invader gear, so it doesn't really make sense for him to go any other way. Again, another character I wish I had thought about at the time and gone for Triumphant. Or Vanquisher, I can't remember which one it is for the Magus. Triumphant, I think, maybe. Still decent AO here. Oh, crikey. And there's why we still get decent AO. What's this thing? What's this thing? What's that thing? Never be back in the caravan. That's a very handsome name, sir. Thank you. X, E's, and L's are always the best kind. I've had Zell since Windows Phone came out in 2011, 2010, something like that. So, hashtag flex. And why, you ask, since then? Because my Windows Phone required you to have a gamer tag, the way like an iPhone requires you to have an iTunes account. My gamer tag at the time was like 8 or 9 characters long. I thought I can't be bothered typing that in every time. So I was like, I have to come up with something that's shorter. And I wanted something about 4 characters. And I was like, I could go for Cell. Because I just see that it was like a Amazon film or something like that. It was called Black Cell. That was like about a Spec Ops team or something like that. It looked awful, but I liked the idea of Black Cell as a name. And I was like, I could go for Cell. And then I realized that Cell's the name of a character from Dragon Ball Z, and I was like, oh, that's just going to be everywhere. And I started thinking, how could I redo the name Cell to be something else? And I was like, I'll put an X in. And then my Witch Elf on live for this game was called Zell, because I used to replace like vowels with H's so that the name would be distinct. I was like, I'll just go for Zell again. And it just stuck. And that's where it all came from. But it's always funny because like people will try and say it like for the first time and you'll get all sorts of weird names. And like the best one I ever had was there was a guy from England was like looking at it, he called me Zenil. And I was like, where's the N coming from in all of this? I don't even know where I'm going here. Where am I? I'm way off the map. Um, Sorry, I got caught on a tangent there. Damn, I conceded the original Zell. Ah, we're different enough, dude. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say yours is pronounced Zeln? Maybe? I do apologize if I've got it wrong. Zellin. Okay. Makes sense. I like as well how you translate the XEL part. Because I do the exact same thing. I just say to people, it's like you're saying cell, only with a Z. And thank you very much for the follow. That was very kind of you. Very much appreciated. I was going to go back in and have a little scoop around the keep, but I don't think there's anybody in there. I think they're all roaming around the lakes trying to catch us. Oh. So we have a group of... Is that a group of Shadow Warriors? Oh no, there's an Archmage. It's 3 Shadow Warriors. That's a lot of Fester bombs. I would join you in Badlands, but 60% AO is just not my thing. Oh, I'm the same. 60% AO against me is not my thing, but I like the extra renown when it's in my favor. Now, if all of these guys could just bugger off and leave one behind, I would be immeasurably grateful. Unfortunately, I think they're all waiting for boxes. Or not! Look at that! Oh, I did it too soon. Death to you! You should have left. Come back, Rune Priest. Normally I'd knock down, but Rune Priests have the dwarf racial tactic that means my knockdown for them is about a second at best. He says as he knocks him down, and yeah, it lasted around about the right length of time. Why did none of those Destros see a Rune Priest? Seriously, guys? Letting the side down. I still want to fight you. I'm running a build that has no utility. I have 16% parry, no parry button, no disrupt, no insta-stealth, no heal bullets. I can't even think what you're running if you don't have any of that. Because I'm fairly... is that not all, like, different trees for the Witch Hunter? I can't remember. It's been a while since I looked through their thing. Like, I know they have the different things, but I can't remember what trees that they're in. It still takes me to the fair that they have an attack that can't be parried, that then reduces the opponent's parry. And deals a ton of damage as well. It's like, where's my version of that? Give me that. I want one of those. Although, in fairness, we do get Black Lotus Blades, so... I need Renown rank 70 to get instant stealth with Baal. Really? No. You should be able to do that. Because instant stealth is going to be a bottom end ability. And Baal's going to be a top end one. in a different tree, so you should be able to get both. Hey, Bomling. How's things, bud? Oh, crikey, my linement's run out. Oh, look! That's like turning around and seeing a school of sharks swimming behind you. It's like I'm having a nice, relaxing swim. Oh, no, I'm not. I like how she's just carrying her mug around with her. It's like, I'm off to work, bringing my thermos with me. Just on the morning commute to the witch elf offices. Well, I could take insta stealth with Baal, but then I'd lose either 50% increase in armor pain or 50% increase in crit damage. God, you witch hunters have it so easy. It's like someone complaining, I can't fit all my £20 notes into my wallet. God! What a terrible time to be alive. You're telling me I nearly killed a bolstered magus with opener plus 2 stacks of bat. In fairness, if a magus isn't sort of RR 60-ish plus, he's basically a walking renown pinata for the most part. Especially for a witch hunter. What level's your witch hunter anyway? I may retract my comment if he's not high enough leveled. We're clearly going to turn this scenario around. Order's not going to get those 8 points. Oh, they did. Just hit 65 5 months ago. Yeah. A magus below 60 is basically a renowned pinata for you. Potentially even ones that are 60 are renowned pinatas for you. Because they won't have the gear and the points to get themselves tanky enough to make it through your spike. Not unless they've got every type of potion imaginable. In which case, they'll make it through it. You'll just pop your disrupt, and then they're screwed. I finally upgraded out of my Conqueror, Bloodlord, and Sentinels gear. Nice, dude. What are you running now? Beastlord. Huh. Okay. I guess can slot an undefendable tactic if you kite good. Yep, but that's going to require them to be changing and have a flamer out so that they can kite with Ren winds. And even then, the Witch Hunter will be on top of them, and they'll be slowed, and they'll not be able to get range on them unless they use the Morale 1 knockback, because their normal punt's going to take too long to go off and they'll have disrupt up by that stage. The magus would need to see him first. Excuse me for yawning. Yep, but if he has disarm and he's kiting as a changing magus, then he doesn't have Aegis of Orange Fire. Because the disarm's coming from Perils of the Warp, which is in Havoc. Pack goes through to disrupt the bomb. No, it doesn't. Not unless they've changed it in the last month or two. Believe me, I've tried. If when you say the bomb, you're talking about exploding your pet and causing a knockdown. You might be meaning something else. Zelon, I see your warrior priest. Is this something you're gonna have to get used to, Zelon? It's like Anonymous will just spy on you. Just every now and again you just get a message going, I can see you. It's like, where are you? Oh, he'll never tell you his name. That's why he calls himself Anonymous. He just hides. No, the turd. Ah, sorry, I thought you meant the knockdown. Whoosh. Oh, we have another AFKer. Why are you AFK in here of all places? Like, standing under the Lord, I can understand. Standing here makes no sense. The infestation goes through disrupt. I've never actually tried to use it once they've got disrupt up, because usually at that stage they're already under attack. I think I found him, but I may be hugging the wrong witch hunter. That's a dangerous habit to do, hugging witch hunters. They tend to call you a heretic. Then stab you. Is anybody in here? Not seeing anybody. We'll go ahead and check in 11 seconds. We have a Knight of the Blazing Sun. And we have a Warrior Priest. I always manage to do that in such a way that you can't... Go away. Thank you. I always manage to hit something when I bounce away. It's an impressive ability. One I have mastered over a long period of time. This guy's left. Might have joined a scenario or something, or maybe he just walked out. Doesn't seem to be anybody else in here. No. All being active and playing. This is quite perplexing. Ah, we've lost all our AAO. Shame. Back to Chaos Wastes it is. You get pinked today, Anonymous. Sounds kind of kinky. Ooh, 61% now. Weekly influence is done. I might play the Magus tomorrow. I don't know. Kind of want to get the Marauder up to 60. Some tasty order in a month. Looks like according to the kill board, if I get stopped by Warband, you could get the last hit. It doesn't count. If it was 1v1 or 2v2, then sure. Have to admit, the only thing I pay attention to on the kill board is solo kills. Everything else is just too easy, unfortunately. Ooh, there's all the order. Ding dong. What's this? Shadowware. Needed him to run towards the keep, unfortunately. Always have healers, don't they? What's this? We've got a white line, Slayer, Engineer. Tons of the buggers in here. Well, unfortunately for me, freedom. Whoosh. All stand around, none of them AFK. Nearly. Whoosh. There's an idea. They're all just gonna keep going around in circles up there thinking I'm still on that wall. Meanwhile, I'm coming to a hunting ground. And unfortunately, nobody's coming. Let's see if we can get them to come out. Play my Cirque more than my Archmage lately. I don't play that tune very actively. What level's your Cirque at? I don't know. Well, we've got a couple of the buggers coming. 3 of them. Five, 6. Generated some interest at least. Alright. How many of them are going to be tardy? That's the question. Because they know it has to be a witch elf. Right, Fabio here is going to be a tricky one to go for because I think he's quite high level. I have made a pig's ear of this opening, which doesn't help my case any, and he's now getting backup in the form of what looks like a healer. Unfortunately, Fab, my friend, I am going to have to say goodbye. Round 2. Right. Really should be using this to keep him depleted. That's my bad for not doing that sooner. Disarm it. That'll be more useful to me. Boing. And dead. Too tough for me, unfortunately. Didn't help that I had lost my armor potion, but sure. On the night you have to strip the shield of sun. Yeah. I played it so badly. Right, I'll go north. see what's happening up here. I should take my Shadow Warrior out for a walk. It needs progress and pew pew is fun. To be honest, like that's the thing I find with my wee Shadow Warrior. Like it's only level 8, so you can't really say anything about it. But like I find it fun to play. It's actually quite weird because the Shadow Warrior in those first few levels feels really strong. And it's simply because the other classes don't really have the things to deal with it at the time. And it's like you get an opportunity to do the oh god, what do you call it? The RVR week stuff, and get its gold instead of crests. So you could just endlessly create Shadow Warriors, level them up in RVR, and make a ton of gold. Because that's how I got like all like my seed money for my order characters, was I just had the Shadow Warrior doing like the RVR weekly, and then that was it. I don't know what the equivalent Destro character would be. I don't think the Squig Herder ever progressed its RVR week quickly in Tier 1. Shami, maybe? Something like that. Oh dear, excuse me for yawning. Everybody seems to be in Badlands. Right. That's us past the 2 hour mark, guys. So I am going to call it a day there. We got some decent stuff done on the Witch Elf. We got our RVR week finished. And we got more stuff produced to send the Marauders' way. So, all in all, it's went quite well. I'm going to be out later, so I don't know if I'm going to be on this evening or not. But I'll see what I can do. If not, I'll be back tomorrow evening, all being well. But I'll have a look here and see if there's anybody else streaming. Twitch. Toth's on, so I'll fire you over to Toth. Thanks all for coming along today. It's been great to have you all here. Thanks to Art for the raid. It was very kind. And thanks also for my namesake, Zal, for his follow. Good to have you here, my friend. But yeah, until the next time, I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you all have a nice day tomorrow. I'll catch you back here next time. But until then, take care, all the best, and see you. Bye.